Me llamo Ismael Gómez, soy de Guatemala. Cuando salí de mi país fue una gran tristeza para mí. Es algo más triste que puede pasar a un ser humano, es dejar la familia, dejar a quien lo amas.
Unaccompanied kids come to the United States from all over the world. These are kids who are fleeing conditions in their own countries. It may be that they're being threatened because of what's happening in their country politically. It may be that there's a war in their country and they're fleeing violence.
These journeys are incredibly dangerous, and then they arrive in the United States and they are hopeful that they're finally going to be safe, and instead they are taken into government custody.
By the fact that they're not in their parents' care, either because they entered unaccompanied or because they were separated, we consider them vulnerable.
The Young Center's ultimate goal is to create a new system for children who are seeking protection in the United States as immigrant youth that treats them first as children.
Our role as child advocate is to fight for the best interests of unaccompanied and separated immigrant children.
When we talk about best interest, we're talking about the interests that children have in their safety, family, integrity and unity, to well-being. That's what we mean when we say best interest for children.
Immigration courts, immigration law is tailored to adults. It's not designed to look out for what's best for children.
They're thrown into a legal system where the government says you don't have a right to be here, now prove that you do.
When the door opens and the child walks in and sees someone dressed in the robe with the big seal and then sitting higher than the rest of the persons in the courtroom, it's terrifying. I had many children either freeze where they wouldn't speak to me or turn around and run for the door. And I'm the judge required by law and regulation to ensure that that child understands what his or her rights are and what forms of relief that child might be eligible for. It is virtually impossible to get from point A to point B.
The child advocate's role is to go in and learn what that child wants, learn their story, and then advocate for them.
Una acompañante que me acompañó ahí una vez a la semana, ella me acompañaba y en ese tiempo lo conté todo y es una persona que a mí en mi caso es bastante importante.
Child advocate is someone who can recognize the strengths of a child, who can see they're so much more than their trauma story. They are someone who has interests and dreams and hopes and share that in a holistic, comprehensive way.
Communicate with caregivers, communicate with lawyers, communicate with medical staff so that that child's interests of health, of freedom, of safety are protected.
One of the things that I love about the Young Center is that even with a deck that is completely stacked against kids, our staff find ways to win. They may be small wins, like getting a child phone calls with her mother, or they may be big wins, like helping a child win the right to stay here.
Whether it's getting you a new pair of tennis shoes, getting you 5 minutes of time out. If the door closes, we're gonna figure out how to get around it and find another door, or we make our own door.
Because we've been doing this work for 16 years, judges now understand what it means to get a best interest recommendation and to think about what's in that child's best interest.
There's no way to describe how much difference a child advocate can make throughout the court proceedings. They're more than a friend to the court. They help the court do what it has to, and my wish would be that this would expand to all of the courts.
I don't have all of the answers on the larger questions on immigration policy, but I do know that when it comes to kids, we have always placed children first, and we need to do the same for immigrant children who are here in the United States. We have an obligation while they are here to make sure that wherever they land, they're going to be safe.
Yo, gracias a Dios, estoy aquí en este país, aprovecho y disfruto de estar aquí. Tengo un techo donde estar y también estoy en un lugar donde estoy protegido, que si me pasa algo, tengo todo lo que necesito y tengo todo, gracias.